Hello everybody, welcome to Crafty Soup. My name is Misty. I have a haul video for you today. I don't do haul videos very often because I like my channel to be about the doing of scrapbooking and not about the buying of scrapbooking. That being said, we all do buy stuff so that we can make stuff with it. At any rate, I do try to buy a lot of things when they're on sale so that I can get more for my money. And that was the case with this box. Simple Stories has a partnership with the Scrapbook and Cards Today magazine, and they had offered a discount code on the blog one day, the SCT blog one day. And I just kind of jumped on it because I had been looking at a couple of their newer collections. And I wanted all the things, but all the things were pretty expensive, but it was a really good coupon, so I bought a lot of the things. So let's dive into this box, and while the sale is over, I know people like haul videos, even though I don't want to do them as much, but let's do it. Let's do a haul video. Because, you know, we all get excited about all the pretty things. I know in my past life when I couldn't afford much in the way of scrapbooking, I also got very frustrated with not being able to afford all the pretty things. So hopefully I don't frustrate you. That is not what I want to do. Hopefully, as I give you a look at all the pretty things, you can decide if you like it enough that you do want to buy it, or if you don't, because I realized when I was shopping for this, there was both things that were the case. All right. All right, I did clip the reveal because I realized my address was on the receipt, and I'm not putting that on the internet for everyone to see. At any rate, there were three basic things that I purchased. One was these photo flip pockets, which, let me go ahead and open them up if you don't know about these. I've had some of these for a while, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm realizing that I like them. It took me a long time to get into this idea, but what this idea is it is a pocket. I gotta get it. There we go. It's a pocket that you can add stuff into that has a pre-adhesive backing on it so that you can stick these onto your layouts to add extra stuff to. Now they're designed to add photos because they're called photo flip pockets, but you can add in here memorabilia. Maybe you have some memorabilia that would be delicate, or that, you know, like a newspaper clipping or something. Especially if you have real live newspaper clippings. I don't know how many people have those anymore, but that paper that newspaper is printed on can damage other things that it touches over time. So sealing up something in one of these could be a good way to store that kind of thing. Baby's first hair, that would be a great thing. What else have I saved? Hospital bracelets I've saved in this kind of idea. So I think these little pockets are great. And if you saw my previous video, let me grab it. I did a huge reveal of this album that I made that covers 25 years of our life. And I made this as a gift for a family member who kind of missed out on some of that stuff. So that is the reason behind this album. But if you watch that video, you'll hear me talk a lot about how I really had to be picky about which photos I put in there because 25 years is a lot of photos. So how do you pick and choose? I talk about it in that video. But if you don't want to pick and choose, you can use pockets like this and add them onto the front of regular layouts, but also specifically pocket page layouts so that you can add a lot more stuff. So these pockets are fun. I'm using them more and more, and they come in a couple of different sizes. Did I only get... Yeah, I only got one size this time, but they come in 4x6s, and then I think 4x4s. I don't think the 4x4s you can buy individually. I think those are only in the multi-pack with all of the sizes. So those are those, and So I will leave you links below if you're interested in any of this stuff. Now, I do use affiliate links, which I am supposed to earn a very small commission on without it affecting your prices in any way. But quite honestly, I don't really earn that much off of that. So if you want to use them, I would very much appreciate it. But no hard feelings if you don't. I'm here for sharing. All right, let's see. So part of the deal from that blog coupon was the Flea Market Mega Scrapbook Bundle, which is not this one because this one is the trail mix. So I looked at this collection and I liked a lot of it, but when I was shopping, there were other things that I needed or wanted, and my budget ran out, and so I couldn't afford these. So when I got this coupon, I was able to get all the collection for the price of, half of the collection otherwise. So I jumped on it and found room in my budget to skip something in the future so that I could buy this now. So sometimes I do that. So let's look at this pack a little bit deeper. So this mega bundle included almost every single piece from this collection that Simple Story sells, but it was not every single piece. So let's see, my table is getting too full. Here, let's do that. So I will be filling in the extra pieces that I did want with a future order just from, or a future purchase from my local scrapbook store or another online store. So this bundle included all of the washi tapes, and let's see if I can get this one. I think my kitty's about to come say hello. Oh, I covered up his little kitty bed. Can't do that to you, kitty. Are you gonna come say hi? This is Jamie. He was a brother pair of kittens that we adopted many years ago. And his brother actually passed away in 2021. But we named them Adam and Jamie after the Mythbusters. There we go. My brain frizzled there for a minute. All right. So anyway, back to the haul. This is such a cute washi tape with all of these little retro icons on it. And then the other tapes in this collection. Now these are loose. So that might be part of why it's a bundle, but I'm pretty sure these were sold as a collection of tapes. This is a floral print. Let's see if I can get it to focus. This one, look at that. It's a mountain print that has some other scenery vibes to it. There's a house and it looks like an island and some trees. So that is really cool. I'll have to figure out what I can do with that. This one looks kind of like postage stamps, maybe. I think it's just some geometric patterns that kind of resemble postage stamps. And then we just have a nice stripe with the color palette from the collection. Speaking of color palette, lovely enamel dots. I use lots of enamel dots. I don't use nearly as much washi tape as I should, so maybe I need to focus on that. We've got their floral bits, and I'm not going to open up all the packages, but you can see lots and lots. Well, maybe I'll just dump it out because sometimes it's nice to see the size and scale, and that's part of why people like hauls, at least one thing, because you can see them a little bit more in person. So let's just fast forward through this. Phew, there was so much stuff in that pack. I didn't think I was going to get it all on screen, but hopefully you can kind of see the size and scale of some of these from, you know, basic palm size to less than that to what's the smallest piece in here. No, there's not too many tiny pieces. That's probably, oh, this little, that's probably the smallest piece in there. And there's only one of those. So at any rate, that is that package of goodies. And like I said, this is the Flea Market collection from Simple Stories. So we'll set that aside. Let's do another package of bits and pieces. This one is the journal bits. Pardon my noises. You're hearing the packaging and probably my chair squeaking. Let's do these ones. All right, again, lots and lots of stuff in this package from these teeny tiny, let me see if I can get them up to the camera. These teeny tiny little photo corners and these small little kind of ticket elements. There's a couple of each of these. We do have some more traditionally sized journaling cards, but lots of ticket style elements, especially I am in love with these. I just love the colors, the retro vibe without it being avocado green and rust orange from the 70s. So yeah, I really like this collection a lot. I think there's lots of layering options and opportunities with all these lovely bits. All right. I do not usually buy these parts because they're on the more expensive side, but what are these called? The decorative brads also have typically chipboard shapes or other bits to go with the brads. And these are just so pretty. They say brads, but I'm pretty sure they are double stick adhesive and not literal brads. So yeah, that should be the case. I can see that one's moved out of the packaging. Like I said, I don't know because I don't really buy these because they tend to be on the more expensive side in terms of embellishing. But it's just so pretty. Look at this. It's a clock. I'm trying to check out my monitor as I try to show you. I know the lighting is not as good. Maybe I can brighten this up a little bit post editing. Yeah, super cute. Love them, love them, love them. This is another thing that I don't usually buy. Simple Stories does what they call simple pages, where you can get a collection of papers and embellishments, and then they give you the idea for the pages. And then this is like a little add-on pack, I think. I'm pretty sure you could buy the main pack of Simple Pages stuff and then the add-on pack. I'll put links down below if I'm wrong. And look at that. So I don't usually buy these because they're usually larger. They're usually extras to go with the other things. But because it's part of the collection and because I like this collection so much, here they are. Simple as that. Okay, there are some larger pieces, like a title piece. So that is part of the Simple Pages, is that they try to give you that title jumping off point. So just some homey icons, some journaling space, lots of, oh, we do have some teeny tiny floral bits. So yeah, lots of things to tuck in here and there. And enough to make a couple of pages. I don't know how much they cost, but they're probably in the $5 to $6 range as a pack of embellishments is these days. So yeah, you could get away with stretching this out into several pages and make your money go even further. All right, I did clean up a little bit off camera because things are getting a little wild already. Let's see, I'm going to set some of this stuff over here. Maybe I'll just try and peek it on camera. Let's see, what else is in here? 6x8 paper pad. This is another affordable way to get all of the prints in a collection, but ways that you can mix and match them. And since we tend to cut down our pattern papers anyway, to create our pages, you can start with a base of cardstock or just pick, one or two of your favorite prints from the collection and then go for a smaller paper pad and create your layouts that way. So I'm excited to work with, I don't usually work with 6x8s. I have 6x6 pads that I work with regularly, or 6x6 papers that I will work with. So having a slightly bigger scale will be fun. And oh, this looks like it has more than just the actual patterns to it. That looks like a piece that would probably not be in the main pattern papers. And I know these are, pretty sure these are, and we'll see them. I doubt that is. Just so pretty. Look at all of these little cameras, you guys. Oh, I love it. And look, oh, this is where the idea for that washi tape came from, was this very scenic look to this one piece of paper. It's kind of the only one like that. There's more of that stack of flea market goodies. Good things ahead. Look at these kind of, they remind me of buttons, but I think they're actually plates. So you kind of get this double duty out of that piece of paper. Could go a couple of ways. A couple of journaling cards. There's a fast forward feature on YouTube if you make it go double speed. If you don't want to hear me slowly ramble through all of these, feel free to fast forward me and you can still tell what I'm saying and get through the video faster. And then it looks like we are repeating at this point. So that is the 6x8 paper pad. Here is the sticker book. I'm going to open this up and give you a view at all of the stickers. Oh, it's got stickers on both sides. Okay, let's open both sides. When I open up these stickers, I like to turn to the page where there's the extra flap and kind of fold it over and get it out of the way. So that is what I'm doing there. Oh, now I've got sticker stuck on me. All right, so here's the sticker book, and this is the view that you usually see when shopping online. If, like most of us, you don't have a local scrapbook store, you can have a hard time seeing all of the goodies. So one, sheet of alphas, a sheet of circle elements. I love circle elements, and that's part of what I love about these Simple Stories sticker books. What I do not love, and I'll be totally frankly honest here about these sticker books, is that the paper that they print on is super, super thin, and I'm usually kind of irritated by the thinness. But it's a trade-off because the price is right. So that's kind of how that goes. I really do wish they were thicker. But you do get a lot. I mean, you just get a lot in these. Can you use them all? That's the thing. If you're not going to use all these, then it's probably not worth the price. But if you are a big embellisher, you could use a sticker pack like this, and getting alphabets at the same time means you don't have to buy other alphabet sets. So that makes them more valuable right there. Oops, did I miss a page? This one is tags and corners. And then we've got some frames. Lots of florals in here. And then more little tags and tickets. And then, oh, there's those plate icons that, I mean, doesn't that look like a button? Totally could be a button. So yeah, I think it's very, very multi-purpose there. Okay, so that's the sticker book. Now, the other thing I don't buy normally is the chipboard because, again, it's usually fairly pricey, and I want something like this that is going to make my money go farther than something like this. But this bundle was just too good. It was too good of a deal. And so if I can get a deal on it, then I'm going to take them up on their deal. All right, so these are the chipboard frame pieces. Let's see if I can make sure that they get in focus. A few years ago, I had tried the Simple Story chipboard frames for something, and I think it was something along these lines or these lines where the frames weren't sized quite right to fit. You know, this is probably a 3x4-ish size frame. And because it wasn't sized quite right, my photos didn't fit properly, and that irritated the heck out of me. So I stopped buying. I mean, like I said, I don't buy them often, but I did. No, I didn't buy those chipboard frames. They came in a kit. But because of that size issue, I always overlooked the chipboard frames because I didn't want to deal with that. So I don't know. I don't know how the sizing of these is these days. Something to keep in mind if you're like me and that's something that would bug you. All right, let's take a look at these. I love that. It's so beautiful. Look at this TV. Oh my goodness. I have a couple of different TV stories that I want to tell, and that I gotta use that. Gotta use it. And this is just so pretty. Oh, the yellow and pink together is not a color scheme I thought I would like very much, but I'm loving it. And then there's more of that scenery, and then, you know, treasures. We treasure so much about our scrapbooks that is just gorgeous. I love the color palette. Stencil. Okay, this one is called Cobblestone. Now, I do have something along these lines already, so that's kind of a duplicate, but I do stencil, so I'll put it to use. And then the Flea Market foam stickers. I do like dimension in my pages, but again, the foam stickers are on the pricier side for things, so I don't buy them as often. I do buy them sometimes, but getting this deal made them feel worth it. So just look at those colors, you guys. Oh, just so pretty. It does say Flea Market. Am I going to have a use for the words Flea Market? That shall be interesting. And then some of the chipboard, and usually the chipboard is just one sheet. Again, these tend to be on the pricier side, and I don't buy them as often, even though I love the texture and dimension of chipboard. My frugal side, which my frugal side is definitely not somebody else's frugal side, but my frugal side leans me towards the die cut pieces and the sticker books. Speaking of stickers, we've got the sticker sheet. Now these are cardstock stickers, so this is the level of thickness that I expect from stickers, but you pay a higher price for that, so it's always a trade-off and a balance. And there's that Flea Market word again. How can I use that as a repetition on one layout? That's what I'm thinking. Another TV, records. My husband does have a record player, so that is actually relevant to our lives. But even if it weren't, you can tell stories using that. Lots and lots of word bits down here. All right, stickers, and then let's take a quick look at the pattern papers. See, this is all, well, the papers are unpackaged, so I think that's part of the bargain deal, was having some things unpackaged. All right, there is our journaling card cut apart sheet with the basic grid on the other side. I love this pattern so much. What is it called? Cathedral Window. I think that's what this pattern is called. And then more cut aparts on this side. Now this is a very affordable way to get little bits and pieces. If you find the manufacturers who do these smaller cut aparts, that stretches your dollar a lot more. All right, and then we've got these kind of doily, that yellow and pink. And then a few more cut aparts for layering. And then that is their basic flower motif. And if you can see, there's actually a grid behind that floral. It's a pink, light pink grid. And then more cut aparts. And then what I love is that Simple Stories has been including all of these tag elements in every one of their collection. And I love these. And then the other side is more of icon tags. So these are more journaling tags and these are more icon tags. So just love, love, love this collection. You're going to hear me say that a lot. You've already heard me say it a lot. There's more of that pink and yellow vibe in a plaid. And then the plates. Another plaid. And more florals. This one doesn't have a grid in the background, but it is definitely more dense with the florals. This has got a little bit of a tropical island vibe to it with pink palm trees and lighthouses. Now, my husband is a fan of lighthouses, so I might be able to put that to use somehow, but pink palm trees? We definitely don't do those beachy vacations. So we shall see. Again, there's that row of goodness. And this globe piece actually looks photorealistic. I wonder if they inserted a photorealistic image into the more drawn images. And that one definitely has a, did you see it? It has a ledger style to the rest of the paper. The pink and yellow ledger. And then another floral, which has more of a repetition to it than this one, which is more, I mean, there's definitely repetition to it, but it looks more random. This one definitely, you can see these specific icons draw the eye into a more linear shape. And then there is that imagery again, another ledger. I love ledgers. The cameras that I love. And a quilted, ooh, my camera is turning that yellow very neon. It is definitely kind of a mustardy yellow, but it's looking kind of green on my camera. Oh, look at that side. I did not show you that, but isn't that adorable? Just all these little icons with that kind of alphabet style. Lovely. Another kind of quilty look. Let me get you closer. And then the big bold floral. So that is the papers, and that is the end of the Flea Market collection. I did not tell you the names of any of these papers, but if you want to know the names of anything specific, drop me a comment. I will do my best. I do have a very busy month this month, which is why I'm doing this style of video instead of a normal layout process video, because those take me longer to do and longer to edit. Although this is not going to be a short video. All right. The other thing that I've got going on is, let me not crinkle and wrinkle behind my voice. This is the Trail Mix collection. And again, when I got to their website intending to buy that collection, I saw this collection too, and they were both on my dreamy wish list. So they made it onto my realistic shopping cart. Okay, let's see if I can go a little faster through this collection. Here are the washi tapes. This one has, and you'll see this more, I don't know if that looks upside down to me. I can't tell this far off of screen. This one definitely has a paper that goes with it. This one is just kind of a diamond print, and then these are textured, what I call textured solid prints, where they do have a pattern to them, but it's not as much about the pattern as it is about the color. All right, so those are the washi tapes. Let me just open these up and walk you through these. Trail Mix journal bits. right, that is all of the bits. We do have some of these teeny tiny pieces. This is a ladybug and a moth, and these just kind of little everyday symbols, to bigger pieces, which you can use. You could even, I'm sure, decorate up that hat to say whatever you want. So that is the journal bits. All right, this one is called Patches Bits, and these patches were featured on, sort of featured on the washi tape. Don't think they are quite exactly the same. All right, let's do this. So my family just showed up. Hi, family. All right, that is the patches, bits, and pieces. They're just going to laugh and walk away now. All right, let's take a look at the next package. All right, this is the basic bits and pieces package. That one was called Patches, Bits, and Journal Bits, and this one's called Bits and Pieces. So if you're interested in these, you can try and keep those names straight. All right, I think I fit it all on screen. I will try and do a little zoomy look. I've got an upside down tree. So some of these pieces are tiny, and I'll bring a couple of them up closer, but they are adorable despite being tiny. So this is a teeny ladybug, a moth, and a roasted marshmallow roasting stick. This one is a teeny tiny carabiner. So they had a lot of good ideas when they put together this collection of icons. All right, this is another pack of that Simple Pages. So let's see what these ones are. All right, that is those. I do feel like the other package had a few more pieces. What do you think? Do you think this one feels smaller? I'm not sure. Definitely very usable to me because we are people who like to camp and just be outdoors in general. So, all right, the brads and the color palette. These ones are showing up a little bit more neon than they are in person, but not too far off from the real thing. All right, this is the brad. And chipboard. Hopefully you can see those okay. This is the sticker book. All those basic icons. Colorful alpha. The circles. Tags and tabs. Phrases. Whole bunch of little awards. Great for if I never did summer camp as a kid because we just went outside and played. That was our summer camp. There's those badges or patches again. Alpha. Florals. Ugh. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these hat icons, but I'll have to come up with something. Let's see. Happy camper. Be brave. Camping and coffee. Yes, please. Campfire. Yes, please. Okay. I'll use those. I'll use those. All right. And then some more basic icons. All right. That is the sticker book as I tuck in my little sticky tabs. Let's take a look at the 6x8 paper pad. Oh, this one is attached at the bottom. Okay. That's going to be on the sides. Look at that collection of phrases. I love it. So now camp rules could be, these are the rules that we follow, or it can be camp rules. So be creative with your titling. I think I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because we're going to see repeats of these when we get to the big papers. This one is really interesting. Definitely love a good wood grain. See, I think these like this are not in the larger papers, so that's a fun reason to buy the paper pads, to get the extra stuff. Oops. And teeny tiny bugs. Okay, I love the bugs. I know some people are creeped out by bugs, but I absolutely love them. Teeny tiny flowers, and I don't know, not quite dandelions or mushrooms, but very reminiscent of both of those things. Cut aparts. Now the cut aparts actually might be the same on the bigger papers, and then we repeat. All right, that is the 6x8 paper pad. Let's take a look at the chipboard frames. Okay, this version of yellow and pink, there is some pink, but there's also like just the tiny polka dots inside. And then it's kind of a brown with pink polka dots in the yellow. That feels a little garish to me, even though I liked the pink and yellow combo from the other collection. Interesting how our brains can perceive colors when they're differently arranged. And then friendship bracelets. My daughter makes a lot of friendship bracelets, so that'll be fun to use on a non-camping page. And then this is one of my favorite prints in the whole collection, and we'll get to that bigger view in the paper. And look at that station wagon. Oh my gosh, ours wasn't wood-sided. Ours was white and pretty fallen apart, but we had that big old station wagon when I was growing up and spent a lot of time riding in the back of that thing. So that might become a retro memory for me, and I can mix and match with the other collection. And then I love this little nature journal. I want to have a little nature journal. In fact, I do kind of. I started a watercolor nature journal, but I got like 2 pages in. All right, those are the chipboard frames. Here is the stencil. Definitely something I can use. It could carry over into Christmas time, so that is not only outdoorsy, but holiday, so I like things that have more than one purpose. Here are the chipboard. Look at this thermos. Do you get as giddy over these things as I do? Am I just silly? I am silly, but I just, oh my goodness, I just love this stuff so much. I'm not the only one because you're watching. All right, look at that moth and camper. When I was growing up, my dad built our camper, And we did a lot of camping growing up. So that is very reminiscent of my childhood. So again, mixing and matching these two collections is going to be a thing. All right, let's do the papers and then we need to call it a day because I am getting long-winded here. Okay, this one looks like a little washi tape crisscrosses, and I have no idea if I can get that to show up well. But, well, I say washi tape, but really it looks like little tiny paintbrush strokes. So not quite washi tape, but first visual impression was washi tape. Okay, we got cut parts that go in different directions. Plaid. And again, if you want to know the names of these, just let me know and I will do my best. It might take me a bit of time to get back to you because my schedule is going to be just a little bit wild this month. I'm filming all of these videos ahead of time so that I can take the time I need to do the other things in my personal life. I love these nature icons so very much. And I just want to go to all of the campgrounds now, all of them. The thing is, I love campfires and my husband does not. He finds the smoky smell. I mean, he grew up with asthma, so that might be part of it, but he finds the smoky smell frustrating. I mean, he doesn't really have asthma these days, but he is not a fan of the smoky smell. So maybe that's why. But I just love the campfire smell and I just want to be in the campfire world every day. All right. I love, like I said before, the tags in here. And this is one of my favorite prints, and it's getting a little bit closer view. I mean, I guess that's technically upside down. So here, let me turn it over for you. A little bit closer view of these tiny kind of foliage icons. So this is my absolute favorite print from this whole collection, and maybe favorite print of all time. Just so clever getting this foliage into that diamond shape. Lovely. Okay, I always love a good wood grain, very usable plaid. And this is probably my second favorite print of all time. Definitely in this collection, but a gorgeous chevron. I just learned recently the difference between chevron and, gosh, now I can't even remember what it's called. It's kind of an offset chevron. There's another name for that one. That same kind of alphabet style of paper from the other collection. And this one is, these shapes are supposed to be reminiscent of little butterflies, although they blend into a geometric shape. But that is that. I think that is my least favorite print in this collection. Floral. Just very cartoony wood grain. And then I find this pattern to be very interesting. It's definitely repetitive, as you can see. I love map prints. This paper is stumping me a little bit. I'm not sure I like the repetitiveness, but I couldn't say why exactly. All right, another lovely plaid with pinks and yellows. See, now this pink and yellow I do like. And then more bugs, totally my jam. And then a red tone-on-tone plaid, and all of those, this is just the image sheet, all of those patches on, just like on that washi tape that I started off with. These are the patches that show up on that. All right, I know this video ended up a little bit longer than I anticipated, so I will say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing these goodies that I now have to work with, and I hope you'll come back for watching me make some layouts with these products, because like I said, I like my channel to be about doing and not just about buying. So until then, have an artful day.